everyone, welcome to another Clash Royale episode. So I know I promised that I'm gonna release only one video once a week, and I did one yesterday, but I promised this one for my fans, and on this one I'm gonna show you how to counter the XBOW with my deck. So my deck consists of Giant, Witch, Musketeer, Knight, Lightning, which is one of the most important against XBOWs, Bomber, and the Wizard, I think. So if you don't have the Wizard, for example, you can use some other thing like the Goblin's Hut, so you can definitely make changes. Go watch the video I made about this deck. The whole idea of it is shown in that video. I'm gonna go shortly about it. You notice the way I use the lightning over here to get rid of the buildings, and this allows my giant to get to his tower. Once I get one tower, I can easily defend even if it's against the XBOW, and this is gonna be very easy defending. All you gotta do is put the giant or the barbarians or your knight in front of that XBOW, and you have a lot of tools in this deck to use that, and it's very easy pushing. By the way, you don't really need to care if you're not able to save one of the buildings. It can definitely happen, but right now this guy doesn't stand any chance. I can play on his side, I can release those barbarians, I'm adding the knight and the bomber to get rid of that XBOW, and he doesn't stand any chance. When people are using XBOWs, they're using a lot of buildings as well, the Tesla, the Inferno, the Cannon, so basically they don't have any offense except for the XBOW, and if you eliminate that XBOW, this guy doesn't stand any chance. So let's go a bit about this deck. In the beginning, when you're starting, you want to wait for the elixir to fill up, and then you're releasing the giant, and behind it the witch, the musketeer, the bomber. I already said that, but you gotta be very careful with the release. After you're releasing the giant, you gotta wait a bit to see if you need to defend. Sometimes your enemy is gonna send something from the other side, and in this case you might need to defend. It depends on what he sends, and it really depends on what happens in the game. Don't just do it blindly. And again, notice he drops all the buildings and the XBOW, and I destroy it so easy, and this guy is frustrated. 30 seconds are left, he doesn't stand any chance. My musketeer is gonna do a bit more damage to his Tesla. I'm dropping the giant on his side as well. You gotta make sure that you're pushing them non-stop, and the lightning is very important over here because it allows you taking out a lot of buildings together, including the XBOW, including the cannon. Sometimes one shot from the lightning spell is gonna make a lot of damage, and this XBOW is not gonna be good enough to take out the tower. So I'm gonna show you in this video 3 attacks. This was the first one, and as you notice, I managed getting the win. I was doing the same on my mini account as well against lower guys while I'm lower as well, and also level 5 against level 7 and level 5 against level 6, and even as a level 4 I was winning against level 6. It doesn't really matter, I'm getting wins in almost every attack I'm doing. So in this case, notice that I didn't have the giant in the beginning. It's a bit annoying, but that's okay. I'm starting with the witch, adding the knight, adding the musketeer, and you're definitely doing it exactly the same. Sometimes you're not gonna have the giant, so you will just do some damage in the beginning, and then at the second time that you're attacking, you're gonna use the giant in the regular way. So right now the enemy wizard is coming towards my way, and I'm releasing my wizard to make sure that he doesn't make any damage to my buildings. So this guy is gonna use that elixir pump, and this is very important for guys who are using a lot of buildings because each building is taking a lot of elixir, so you gotta use that, and you can definitely destroy that with your zap, with your lightning, and mess up his plan. So notice on this one that I mean it kind of happened at the same time. I tried saving it with a witch and accidentally dropped it in front of the giant. So I didn't know in the beginning that he doesn't have that he has an XBOW at this point. So this is the reason I dropped the giant behind the building, and this is the reason I'm losing the building, and I'm happy because I know that I'm gonna be able to deal with that. And right now on the other side, my giant is coming with a bomber and doing a lot of damage. So in some cases, if you're surprised, you don't really know what the enemy has, and suddenly you start your attack and he's dropping the XBOW and you lose the tower, that's okay. Just push on the other side. Notice that I almost got his tower only a bit left. He's gonna try defending, but his defense is gonna be totally useless against my deck because this deck is awesome and you should definitely use that. And if you don't have any troop, just ask me in the comments and I'm gonna tell you what you can replace. Any troop that you don't have on this one, I'm gonna tell you what you can replace. Most of them you should have because you get them in the beginning of the game. And notice again how I destroyed everything with the lightning, and now my push is starting. I'm gonna get the building very easily. He doesn't stand any chance, and I'm getting his tower. Right. Oh my god, I didn't get it. Anyway, I got the zap, so I'll probably get it with a zap. He's trying to defend like crazy. There are 17 seconds left, so this is a bit thrilling. I actually watched it a long time ago. I recorded this one a long time ago, and now I'm zapping the building and getting that tower. And now this guy doesn't stand any chance because I know what he got. I know that he got the XBOW, and I'm gonna mess up his day with my super amazing deck. So he's dropping his stupid XBOW again. By the way, I hate the XBOW. I totally hate people who are using that. I don't like this kind of strategy. I would never use it. I mean, I don't want to say never because who knows what's gonna happen in the future. But right now, I hate it, and it's pretty annoying dealing with it. But I know that my deck is freaking awesome, saying that for the fifth time probably, but you see that yourself. I'm dealing with the same level of enemy, and I was beating like tougher ones as well with, I don't know, level 3, level 4 XBOWs, and notice that this guy doesn't stand a chance. In overtime, I'm messing up his second tower and this way getting another win. So the third one is gonna be, actually this was the first attack that I was doing against the XBOW. This guy is much higher level, and I managed pulling a tie on this one because he kind of surprised me. And at that point when I was doing that attack, it was a long time ago, it was at a point when I was still testing this deck and seeing how it works, and it turned out working just fine against the XBOWs and against any other stuff. So again, I don't have the giant in the beginning, so I'm starting the witch, the musketeer, and the bomber in the beginning. He's dropping arrows, and one of the best stuff about this kind of attack and those troops is his arrows are not really working. He can use the arrows, but they're gonna do very small damage and definitely not enough to kill my troops, and I'm able to do something like almost 50% damage to his right tower. And now I'm dropping the lightning on those elixir pump, and one of them is gonna become pretty much useless. And now he's dropping that XBOW. I'm dropping the knight, but this is not really going to help because he's using the goblins and he got a cannon, and I'm basically going to probably lose that tower. I don't really remember, so I'm watching that like you're watching, like almost for the first time. So these are the mistakes that I'm doing. I'm trying dropping one troop at a time and trying to save the day. I'm getting mad over here, and this is exactly what you shouldn't do. If you lose the tower, that's just fine. You're gonna come from the other side and you're gonna get a tower back, and then after that in overtime you're gonna get the second one. And even if your enemy is higher level like on this one, you will get it. So I'm saying thanks because I know that I'm gonna mess up his tower. I know that even if he puts all of his buildings over there, I will be able to get through with the witch, with the bomber, with the knight over there, and I'm gonna add pretty much everything I have from behind. And notice how those troops are going through everything. I almost didn't lose any damage. He uses those arrows and those are useless, and now I'm dropping the giant as well. I mean, didn't really need the giant over here. I was thinking that maybe I can push for 3 stars, but I forgot that I'm dealing against a level 8 one, and it's going to be tough. So I should have dropped them on the left side and go for that other tower. But notice that I'm totally controlling the battle over here. I'm gonna do damage to his main tower, and he's gonna try defending like crazy. And if he's gonna be able to defend, it's gonna be his luck. So even though he's a higher level, I'm totally controlling this battle, and I know now that he got the XBOW, and I just didn't have enough time to 3-star him, and I don't think that he's gonna do any other damage to my buildings. So he's dropping the cannon on my side. It's not going to be effective at all because I dropped the knight, and he's putting those Tesla. He knows that he's gonna try to tie it over here, and now, only now I'm deciding going for the other tower, and you're going to see that I think that the time is gonna run out, and even that XBOW over there is not going to help because I can drop the Barbarians and mess up that XBOW. So I'm dropping in the Wizard, the Witch, the Giant, and the bomber now as well, and notice how effective they are against all of those buildings, even against a level 7 Tesla. So I'm telling you guys, even if you're a lower level, you can definitely use that deck, and I just needed a couple more seconds to get this one, and unfortunately I was not able to win it, and it was a tie. But now you know how to deal with the XBOW, use that deck, and it's very effective against other decks as well. Let me know if you like the video. If you're new on the channel, I would love if you subscribe. We'll see each other in the next video. So bye bye.